Hi SUP chicks and SUP blokes. Today we have something a little bit different for you. We've been doing a couple of different paddle sessions lately since Neil's been away at work, and I'm finding it a bit tricky to do filming without having a second person. So I've come up with a cunning plan, and that is to make what I am going to be calling a SUP GoPro Raft out of these. I'm going to cut each pool noodle into 3 parts, giving me 9 sections to work with. The design has 2 load-bearing sections underneath and 7 sections laid across them for the top of the raft. The first thing I'm going to do is measure the width or the diameter of the pool noodle. So we're looking at 6 centimeters. The length of the load-bearing noodles need to be equal to the sum of the diameters of the remaining 7 noodles. The noodle diameter is 6 centimeters, so the length of the load-bearing noodle needs to equal or exceed 6 centimeters times 7 noodles, which is 42 centimeters. 2 of these have to be at least 42 centimeters. One of them is 145. To keep things simple, I'm going to cut each noodle into 3 equal parts of 48 centimeters. This is a little longer than I need, which will give me some room for error. So we're going to chop the pool noodles into 3 sections of 48 centimeters each. I repeated this with the remaining 2 noodles, giving me 9 equal lengths. With the noodles cut, I assemble the pieces together to help visualize the end result. After neatening up the edges, it should look pretty good. Now I tie them all together. Come across there, around the top, and back across like that. And we're just going to continue to do that until it's a little bit stronger. And repeat on the other side. I even out the noodles and cut the overhanging lengths to size. So I've cut off a length of about 3 meters or so, and we're just going to reinforce what we've done. So it's a little bit easier if we have an end to feed through between the cross pieces. So yeah, the GoPro will sit here like this, but we have to find a way to secure it. I'm going to use these cable ties to attach my GoPro tripod, as they can be undone and used again. They're also what we have in the shed. As the cable ties aren't quite long enough, I link 2 together to make them longer and thread the ends through. Sweet guys, come to check out what's happening. So these cable ties look a little bit loose, a little bit messy, but I've just poked them in because these cable ties you can actually undo and do up again. So instead of wasting them, chucking away all that plastic, they're reusable. So let's go test it out. With all the rain we've had recently, I used some of our tank water to test the raft in the bath first to make sure it would float. The raft sat nice and high out of the water. Time to test it out in the river. We're just down the Radley Bridge about to try out the SUP GoPro Raft. The water looks nice and calm. There's not much of a breeze about down here at the moment, so that's really promising for making sure I don't lose it. I do have a couple of safety features included so that it shouldn't go sailing away. So we're going to attach some string to it. We've also got the floaty mount on the camera, and I've attached the floaty mount to one of the noodles as well. I'm not going to let it get away from me too far, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it works. So this is the entry point here, and we've got the Jeep parked just up there. So now for the moment of truth. I've just got the raft on the front of the paddleboard, and we're just drifting out lightly into the middle of the river, which is 15 metres across, so it's not really that wide here. Got a good safety net here in the way of a couple of trees that have fallen down in the last floods. Not likely to float down the river too far before getting entangled in these trees. Floating quite happily there. The water is only about a foot or so deep. So we've got the purple wool tied to the raft here and towing it along behind us a little bit. Thinking that maybe some fishing wire on a reel might be better, be a bit more invisible for the actual filming. So SUP GoPro Raft, failure, success. It's been an interesting little experiment actually. I think that there's room for improvement. It's the first of its kind. So I think it'd be best to have a piece of string attached to it at all times, so in the very center of the middle, so that it actually follows you sort of directly, because it was kind of like looking off to the side as I was paddling along and towing it behind me. Flotation of the actual raft itself is actually really good. You know, as far as an actual device to keep the camera safe, I think we've achieved that. But yeah, I mean, just like any other time when we're filming on the paddle boards, it's just a really tricky thing to do because of the nature of water. It's always moving, so it is quite tricky to get a good shot. The SUP GoPro Raft has been fun to make, and I will continue to experiment with it, but I don't think I'll trade SUP Loki in for it just yet. For more information, check out our website. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it and found it helpful, please support us by liking, subscribing, clicking notification and sharing with your paddleboarding mates. While you're here, check out some of these other videos. See you next time.